selling the land.
What?
The Marino brothers have made me an offer, and I'm accepting it. Hey. Don't worry. You'll be taken care of. I'm sure the Marino brothers will let you lick the labels of their new carbonated rosé.
You think I'm gonna... I have given 25 years of my life to this land. You think I'm gonna let some ignorant Neapolitan turn it into a wine of heaven?
I don't think you have any choice.
Yes, I do.
2 o'clock in the morning, ma'am. I don't know how I can help you. What you want is missing persons. I'm in homicide.
I know that, Lieutenant, but I've been up to missing persons and there's no one there. And Rick is not the type of person who would just turn up missing.
The only thing that I can suggest to you is to come in the morning, see Captain Marvin Krasinski in missing persons. He's a very capable fellow. He's a little hard of hearing in his right ear, so stand on his left.
I'm sure something's happened to Rick.
There's nothing I can do, ma'am, really, until...
Until a body is found?
I didn't want to say that, but that's the fact.
I understand.
How long has he been missing?
3 days. We were supposed to be married in Acapulco. I waited there until tonight, and when I didn't hear from him, I came back to town.
Hey, Lieutenant. Coast Guard spotted the body this morning. Too close to shore for them, so they called us.
Been dead a few days. A friend of mine once fell off his boat, but we found him. Looked the same way. Very puckered.
How old do you think he was?
29, next July.
What, do you guess people's ages at Long Beach or what?
No, I just know him. Every year, on his birthday, he'd throw a big party. And I once worked as a waiter for him. His name's Carsini.
Figure this thing out.
Why?
The medical examiner told me that Rick hadn't eaten anything for 2 days prior to his death. That doesn't make any sense. That kind of fasting makes a person weak. Does it seem logical to you that a person would starve himself for 2 days and then go scuba diving?
No.
I thought you'd say that. Like a crypt. I think I saw something like this in a vampire movie.
Chacun a son goût. To me, it's a very beautiful room.
Why do they keep wines in a place like this, eh?
To protect the wine against extreme heat. Right now, it's no problem, but in the summer, it gets very hot outside, and that could damage the wine. That's why I keep a humidifier and air conditioner turned on the whole time.
I was wondering what that noise was.
Have you seen enough?
Are you sure somebody couldn't accidentally be trapped in here?
Lieutenant, you really are one of a kind. Do you want me to prove it to you? I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go outside, I'm going to close the door, and I'm not going to tell you how to open it. I'm going to see how long it takes you to find your way out.
It's very simple. All you have to do is push it.
Didn't I tell you? It's not fair for you to pay for this entire meal. At least let me take up half of it.
No, I insist. No, not on your life. I deserve to pay for this. You know, I embarrassed you by suspecting you, and no, sir. This is on me.
This is dreadful.
Monsieur,
This is dreadful. Don't you realize that a great wine is like a great work of art? It has to be nurtured. It has to be taken care of. You have subjected this port to a temperature in excess of 150 degrees. Such disdain cannot and must not be tolerated. I advise you not to pay for the check.
But, sir, I think that,
This wine has been oxidized by overheating.
No.
Where did you keep it? On top of the stove?
I assure you, monsieur.
Don't you know any delicate wine spoils by being subjected to a rapid change in temperature? Serving this iodine is an insult.
Monsieur Garcia, is there something wrong?
Is there something wrong? Everything is wrong. An exciting meal has been ruined by the presence of this liquid filth.
Monsieur Carsini, it is not our intention, but there will be no check for this table. No.
Oh, no,
We have our
listen,
repetition
I
for
insist.
no,
No,
monsieur.
sir, no.
I
We had a
insist.
very
I
good
should
meal.
No, come, listen.
I apologize, monsieur.
We had a very good
Mademoiselle.
meal, I must-
No, thank you very much. It's
Sorry,
all right.
monsieur.
No, it's all right. No, thank you. No.
I'm sorry I lost my temper. But that port, it was really very bad.
It was bad, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell. Could you?
No.
Such a subtle difference. And that's just because of the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Oh, that reminds me. I have to have my refrigerator fixed. You remember that day here last week? Oh, you weren't here, were you? Oh, you were in New York? Oh, right. We had a day here last week, I want to tell you. You know, the temperature went up to 109. Strangest weather. They were all ruined, weren't they?
Well, these are just some inferior wines. I was trying to...
Chateau de Sceaux, 1938, inferior.
Well, a great label doesn't always denote a great wine, you know.
Thursday the 20th. That's what did it, sir. You know, it got very hot in that vault with the ventilation turned off, but that one day, that Thursday, it hit 109 degrees outside. So inside, the temperature went way up, over 150 degrees. Wine overheated. That was it. That's why I mentioned that hot day outside the restaurant. I knew it would ring a bell. I figured you'd have to get around to disposing of the wine sooner or later. It must be killing you to throw all this stuff away.
Yeah, you've no idea. It's like... How did you know?
How did I know? Well, sir, do you mind if I smoke?
Oh, no.
I did a terrible thing, sir. You remember that day when we were in the vault and I kept saying if somebody got locked in here, there would be no way for them to get out? And in order to prove me wrong, you closed the door and you left me in there alone? Well, I took that opportunity to steal a bottle of port. Your port. Ferrier Vintage Port. 1945. That's right, sir. That bottle of wine in the restaurant, that was your wine. See, the wine steward was in on it, and you did the rest.
I certainly did, didn't I? Yeah. That's ironic.
Sir?
Well, I'm probably one of the few men in the world who could have told you that wine was spoiled and told you it was because it was overheated.
Yes, sir. It required a very delicate palate.
$109 degrees? Is that some kind of a record for that day in the year?
No, sir.
Notebook.
No, sir. It hit 111 in 1938 and 111 in 1870. The Weather Bureau doesn't keep records before then.
That's a pity. I would have liked it to be a record. Shall we go?
We'll take my car, sir. It's parked right around the corner. I'll send somebody to pick up yours. Just one more thing.